Welcome to this module on creating your housing vision, presented by DSO Housing Navigators. In this module, we're going to talk about creating a housing vision and how your vision will become the foundation of your housing plan. Throughout the module, we will encourage you to think about the hopes and dreams that are related to your vision of the future and a move to a more independent lifestyle. We will pose questions and make suggestions about things to consider, and we'll link to resources that might help you along the way. Let's get started. All information included in this module and supporting documents is provided for informational purposes only and should not be relied upon as legal, technical, business, or other advice. Developmental Services Ontario, or DSO, and its host agencies do not endorse any commercial product, process, or service referenced in this module or its producer or provider. The DSO also does not make any express or implied warranties or assume any legal liability for the accuracy, completeness, timeliness, or usefulness of any information contained in this module or supporting documents, including web links to other servers. Some URLs included in this document will link to a third-party website. Making a housing vision is an important first step when creating an individualized housing and support plan, and when thinking about a move to more independent living. You can use the My Housing Vision tool that we will link to in the next slide, and which is also included in the My Housing and Support Plan document, or you can get creative and design your own. To make the process of creating a vision easier, we suggest breaking it down into smaller pieces or steps. To help with breaking things down, this module will guide you in answering the following questions. What is a housing vision? Why is a housing vision important? And why do I need one? What do I include in my housing vision? And can I change my vision? This slide provides links to information and resources from the DSO Housing Toolkit, which are related to the content we will cover in this module. Link 1 leads to Step 1 of the DSO Housing Toolkit, where you will find information about building a support team, as well as other information you might find useful to your planning journey. Link 2 leads to the My Housing and Support Plan form, which is a tool you can use to document key information about you and your lifestyle, as well as the needs and wants that are related to the housing and support plan you are working to create. This module and the others we have created in this series can help you to complete the My Housing and Support Plan form should you wish to do so. The modules will highlight some things to consider in each area of the form. If you have questions or need assistance, please contact your local DSO Housing Navigator for guidance. The My Housing and Support Plan document is a PDF document that can be edited and works best when completed electronically, as it allows you to include more information and can be easily updated as changes occur. You are also welcome to print the form if you prefer. The third link leads to the My Housing Vision tool, which can help you explore and list all the things that are important to you when it comes to your home and the community you want to live in. The fourth link leads to the My Relationship Circle tool, which can help you record the relationships you have and how they can help you live the life you choose. You may want to review the information from the toolkit before or after completing this module. All web links shown throughout this module can be accessed in the resource document for this module. A housing vision is a description of a person's hopes and dreams for where and how they would like to live and with whom. Creating a vision is a process of mapping out the life a person wishes to, which includes their social and support circle, vocational or volunteer responsibilities, and hobbies they enjoy. A housing vision also includes the important factors we need to consider when choosing a place to live. What is right for one person may not be right for another, and over time your housing vision will likely change as your life evolves and you learn what is right for you. It is common for people to feel nervous about taking on this kind of planning on their own. Some people choose to hire a person-directed planner or independent facilitator to help them with creating their vision and creating a path towards more independent living. Creating a housing vision can be an important first step when thinking about a move to more independent living and creating an individualized housing and support plan. The process of creating a vision involves thinking about all the different things it will take to create a good life, and it can help you to form the pathways towards building a home rather than just a place to rest your head at night. Creating your housing vision can help you to uncover the most important aspects of your hopes and dreams for more independent living. Holding a clear vision of what a good life will look like for you will help you keep focused on where they are heading. As you learn more about yourself and what you value most, your vision can help you to navigate your journey and stay true to what is important to you as you work towards your goals for more independent living. Your vision can also help you to answer questions and make decisions when there are many choices to consider and provide hope and confidence when things don't go to plan. Your housing vision answers the questions who, what, when, where, and how. It can be helpful to dream big and start breaking your ideas down into smaller chunks. Perhaps you want to live in a beachfront home. What is it about the beach that is important to you? How far would you be willing to travel to the beach? Will the beach still be as important to you in the winter months? Maybe you want to live right downtown near all the action in the city, but you worry it might be too noisy for you during the night. Maybe living near a transit stop that could get you downtown quickly is a good choice. The choices are yours to make because this is the dream stage of planning, and you are allowed to dream big. It's normal that a dream might not be exactly in line with what is realistically possible. But what is important is that a plan starts with a dream. As the planning continues, the most important parts of your dream will become clearer so that the plan for your home can include as many parts of your dream as realistically possible. This is when the reality of what could be reasonable come into the plan. What are your deal breakers or things you must have? What can you manage without? The question who. Would you like to live with someone? Would you like to live alone? What might be good or bad about living on your own? Perhaps some good things about living on your own are having your own space and freedom to do the things you want when you want. Perhaps some bad things about living on your own are not having anyone to talk to or feeling lonely. Some other questions you might ask yourself are, would you like to live with a housemate or housemates? How will you find a housemate? Do you already have some people in mind, or will you want to meet potential housemates? Who would support you to look for those housemates? If you imagine living with a housemate, would you be looking for a housemate to share supports with you, or perhaps provide support to you? Or maybe you were just interested in sharing space. How much of your space would you be willing to share with another person? Who will help you with your goals? If you have a goal but you aren't sure where to start, who is the person you will go to first? Start thinking about the important people are in your life right now. Who are your biggest supporters? How do you see them supporting you when you move into more independent living? It is important to begin conversations that focus on what decisions you would like help with and what you want to decide on your own for yourself. Maybe you would like to make your own shopping lists and choose when and where you shop. But perhaps you would like support with budgeting each month. Your support network is going to be very important. If you have already filled out the My Relationship Circle document from the DSO Housing Toolkit and the My Housing and Support Plan document, feel free to pause here and take a look at it. If you have not yet filled it out, consider exploring the exercise next. The question what? What kind of place do you want to live in? Some people love the idea of renting a unit in a high-rise apartment, while others are considering purchasing a property. Are you familiar with other options in your area? Have you considered a separate unit inside a home, a laneway suite, or perhaps a garden suite? Begin noting what will be important to you in terms of space. Everyone has different ideas on how much of their space they are willing to share with other people. Some might want an entire self-enclosed unit to themselves. Others might be okay with sharing a kitchen and living space, but not a bathroom. Others still might want to share every space, including their bedroom, although this tends to be less common. How will you spend your days and week? What are important activities that you do now that you want to continue when you move into a new home? What places do you imagine you will continue to go to often? Are there new activities or places that you can go to that you might be interested in? The question where. Where do you want to live? Many people want to live close to their family, friends, and current services. How far would you be willing to travel to attend programs or other regular activities? Have you talked to the important people in your life about the distance they would be willing to travel to see you? Being open to considering different locations can make it easier to find housing that check off your list of must-haves. Some people are open to putting down roots in a new location, whereas others may be more comfortable sticking closer to an area they are familiar with and where they already have connections to people and services. Sometimes people want to be close to nature. Nature can be found everywhere. Consider parks, beaches, trails, ravines, rooftop patios, zoos and farms, and community gardens. The question when. When do you see this happening? What is your time frame? In a perfect world, when would your move-in date be? This is going to be a big transition. Is there room for a transition plan? Perhaps staying overnight once per week, then twice per week, and so on, until living fully in your new place would help you to feel most comfortable. And how will all of this take place? Talk with people you trust about your dreams, goals, and plans. How can the people in your support circle help? Do you have any funding or funded services that could help support this move? Have you explored if there are other services or funding you could apply for that could help move your plan forward now or in the future? How could technology help you? Let's remind ourselves why it is so important to have a housing vision. Well, it's difficult to develop an individualized housing support plan without understanding what a person hopes to achieve or how they hope to spend their day. A vision highlights what is important to someone and what will provide them with happiness. Achieving any goal requires a plan, just as traveling to a new place requires a map. Now let's look at pieces that will come together to form your vision. We all have different likes and dislikes that make us unique. For some, a garage or a storage space is important. To others, an ensuite bathroom is what is at the top of their list. Let's look at an example of what someone might need in their home. This person would prefer to live in a one-bedroom unit and have a bathroom with a shower. This person is very close to their sister, and it will be important that there is an extra room for when their sister visits or a spot for a futon or a pull-out couch. This person would prefer to memorize a code for a keypad entry rather than carry a key, and a video doorbell is ideal for them. This person loves to cook and bake. They would like extra storage space in the kitchen to store their cook and bakeware. They are also interested in having extra space for tablecloths and dishes and cutlery for when they entertain. This individual would prefer to be on the ground floor or have access to working elevators if it is in a high-rise. Windows that let in natural light are important to this person. Some people see themselves living in a home in a quiet residential neighborhood or rural setting, while others may be drawn to the fast-paced setting of a condo in the city center. Really think about what is important to you, including accessibility to places and people that are important in your life. Let's look at what this individual needs to have in their surrounding community. They would like to live close to a bus or other public transit. This person prefers one-stop shopping, for example, a grocery store with a pharmacy in it. It is important to this individual to have regular medical and dental checkups, and they would like to be able to attend these appointments on their own sometimes. So having a way to get there other than a family member to drive is important. This individual loves to socialize and meet new people. They are an active member at their current community center. If they moved further, could they easily get to their current community center with minimal assistance? Or could they find a home closer to a new community center? Maybe an indoor and outdoor pool within walking distance would be ideal for this person, so that there is choice depending on the season. This person loves parks, but they might be open to being close to a valley, a creek, a pond, or the beach. What is it about green spaces that this person likes? Is it the flowers, the trees, wildlife, sky, or the water? It is important to this person to have a say in what goes on in their community. Is there a neighborhood association? Is there potential to create or join a community Facebook group that already exists? You may have strong connections to family, friends, or members of the community. You may have programs or work you wish to maintain. These are all important elements to capture in your vision. Let's look at what this individual needs to have for a meaningful and productive day. This individual wants to keep their days relatively consistent. They want a reliable alarm clock on their phone and a calendar hung in their main living area. They want to find part-time employment that is no further than one bus ride away with no transfers needed. Cooking and swimming are this individual's passions. Ideally, a community center that provides opportunities for cooking classes and swimming would be preferred. However, perhaps there is a grocery store close to the individual that offers cooking classes. This individual does not want to change the routine they currently have with their sister and their best friend. Dinner with their sister on Tuesday evenings is important, as is coffee at Tim Hortons with their best friend on Friday mornings. Typically, this person's sister drives with them to and from dinner, so distance to restaurants is not much of an issue. Ensuring that there is a Tim Hortons or other coffee shop within walking distance or that can be easily accessed by public transit would be important. This individual would like to make new connections with others. They would like support to find different social clubs or drop-in activities near their home. This individual would like support to explore opportunities and connections in the community. It is also important to them that they are supported to make informed decisions and that everyone in their life respects their right to make choices and decisions about their life and how they live. Remember to consider what services need to be in the local community in order for your plan to be sustainable. Let's look at what professional services this individual needs in their life. As mentioned, it is important to this individual to have regular medical and dental checkups, and they would like to be able to either walk or take one bus without transferring. Regular haircuts are important to this person, and they would like to live close to a salon or a barber. It is also important to this individual to have access to counseling, whether it be a walk-in service or something more structured and long-term. This individual has family who lives overseas, and they enjoy sending letters the old-fashioned way. They would like to be close to a post office or perhaps just a mailbox. This individual visits the bank on a regular basis. They do not like to use ATMs and prefer speaking directly to a teller. Being close to their bank will be important. So when we look at all the different parts of your vision, you'll notice that there is some overlap between the categories. That's okay. That's great. That really highlights what is most important to you. Don't forget, your vision might change. People change and so do their circumstances. You can change your plan as needed at any time. Here are some final thoughts. Creating a housing vision can be a big endeavor and can feel overwhelming. That's okay, and we recommend sharing these feelings with others. Be clear when developing your vision for your home. Where do you want to live? With whom? And with what supports? This helps make it yours. You own it. A vision continues to change and grow as you do. Don't feel pressure to have all the answers right away, or to be afraid to change the vision if you find it's no longer what you want or need. We hope that by showing you how to break your vision down into more manageable pieces, you feel inspired to move forward and explore what opportunities the future might hold. This slide provides links to information and resources which are related to the content we have covered in this module. Link 1 leads to Step 1 of the DSO Housing Toolkit, where you will find information about building a support team, as well as other information you might find useful to your planning journey. The second set of links leads to tools and information that are available on the Partners for Planning website. Safe and Secure is a book that provides information and general guidance to support families to imagine, plan, and take action towards building happy, purposeful, and secure futures for their loved ones with a disability. Taking Charge of Your Life is a tool that was created by Partners for Planning in partnership with Brockville and District Association for Community Involvement to encourage people with a disability to think about and discuss what their lives could look like today and in the future. And A Place to Go Home is a page with information, resources, and stories shared by people with developmental disabilities who, with support from their families, are crafting good lives in creative housing arrangements. Link 3 leads to the Inclusion Alberta website and information about the rights of people with disabilities to make decisions for themselves. Link 4 leads to the Imagine More website and a collection of resources related to the topic of your vision. This page includes videos and examples that could help others who are looking to learn more about and create a vision for themselves or a loved one with a disability. Just as a reminder, all web links shown throughout this module can be accessed in the resource document for this module. This slide has links to DSO-related information and resources. Link 1 can help you locate your area DSO. Link 2 leads to information about DSO Housing Navigation. Link 3 leads to a list of housing navigators for all regions of Ontario and includes contact information. And Link 4 will take you to the DSO events calendar. This concludes our module on creating your vision. For more information and content from Developmental Services Ontario, please view our website and social media accounts.